I got a video blog, but I intentionally put the angle of it up. So, um, yeah, basically, um, my older brother just walked through the door. I have two brothers. My father's probably gonna, he's probably parking a car before he comes in right now. But if you watch the end of my last video, my brother was criticizing me. It's ironic how they both like criticize the same aspect of like the devil symbology and my tattoo. And that's not the reason why I got it. Um, I mean, I know it's a picture of like a mud flap girl, and she has devil horns and a pitchfork, and I got it because I was given a choice. Um, like this tattoo is gonna be free. I don't know whether or not I mentioned, even though like it was free, I tipped her $20. Um, I don't think if I would have given her any less, I would have just like regretted it. But
Hey,
but
let me see your tattoo. I know you didn't listen.
yeah, because like you didn't listen to me when I wanted to be picked up.
Chris, I would have been late. I would
You
have
would have
been
been
very
late. If you'd have been late, then like how did I beat you with like all the stops that 113 makes? I mean, on top of the Q3. How does that happen?
because Chris, I would have. The trouble wasn't uh, getting from Costco home. There was no traffic there. It was getting to you from where I was at. That's what you don't understand. It
Dad,
was getting to you.
the only traffic I saw was on Rockaway Turnpike. I didn't see any traffic
There
going
was
from
traffic.
Lawrence to Far Rockaway.
There was definitely traffic.
The only time, like like the bus, like they don't do a straight route from the train station
I was
to
looking at the
to
traffic, Chris.
Rockaway Turnpike. Like they go all through like Lawrence and like they go out of their way just to pick up more customers.
You got to turn off some of these lights. I don't have a lot of.
There's a reason I have these lights on. I'm trying to record a video, but I know you just walked in. Bush just walked in. All right. Can I
Hey,
finish?
Jason.
Can I finish watching my program in your room?
No, I'm going to sleep, man.
No, I got like
Watch your
20.
program out here. Why can't you watch that here?
No, because this is a small TV. It's not
Chris.
widescreen.
I got to go to work. I have to get there. I have to go to work. Okay? Watch it on there.
I'll show my dad my tattoo eventually. My mom didn't even see it. Uh, my brother just asked me if I got it, but I was going into the symbolism of it. I said I would dedicate a chapter of my book to what it means. My brother replied, like, who would want to read a book of like someone who does nothing with their life? My response is like most prolific writers of our time were manic depressants and people who had a gift, but they just had like a chemical imbalance, and you know they were able to channel it through like the God-given talent to write. And most of the people I'm close to, most people I know, um, this outside my family who's negative, they can say that I have enough stories to the point where they might just say like, "Why don't you write a book?" I mean, I can write a book. Like I mentioned, my initial intentions was sparked with a suicide that affected my family, and I mean, on that topic itself, there's times where I like bury myself in TV day in and day out. Um, I know it's not like the best thing to do. I remember a teacher saying that like anyone whose life revolves around TV. It's just sad. I mean, that was before I learned the word vicarious, but I mean, anytime like it kind of takes your mind off reality. I mean, some people may need that longer than others, but there's times where I feel productive and I can do something like write a chapter to a book. I don't know when it's going to be released. Hopefully, sometime within the next, I don't know, that'll be my one New Year's resolution for 2014. Have some product, by the end of that year, which gives me, like what, like nice, a little more than a year at this point, 15 months to be exact, which is not, you know, the time frame. I remember Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged. I would say one of my top three favorite books. It took like years to write. In fact, there was a movie I saw. I forgot the title, but I never saw The Fountainhead. Um, there was a book to Atlas Shrugged. I started watching it. Like, I just couldn't keep, not that I couldn't keep my attention, but it was one thing if I've never read the book, but, to quote another famous author, I just couldn't watch him do a gang rape on a piece of literature that um, that came to be part of me, aside from the anti-Christian mysticism sentiment from Ayn Rand. Um, I used to pronounce it Ayn Rand, and then the movie corrected me. The correct pronunciation is Ayn, which she renamed herself. I totally forgot to mention that this is the first time in quite a while that I actually stayed up for nearly 48 hours. I used to do it all the time when I used to go to this program that I no longer attend. But yeah, I knew Saturday I wanted to get it done, but I just overslept. And earlier this morning I just needed to pass some time, so I just created a bunch of bullshit videos. If I have any common sense, I'll just delete. Say, do myself that favor. I don't know too many videos that would survive if I was in my right state of mind. But I know as time passes, there's a nostalgia component that, like there'll be a time where like anthropologists look at 2013, before people were marched to the FEMA camps and decapitated by the guillotines and gassed and sent to the Denver International Airport, and they have these trains, and now you can go on YouTube and look at all these different videos. There was a period where I did nothing but look at Alex Jones videos and study the Illuminati, and someone wrote, like, every year there's this one dude who has a quote for me, and I'm gonna have to compile his quotes. And the one quote I remember is, "Real happiness comes from within." Speaking of collecting, not junk, but I couldn't find my keys earlier, so that's usually how I begin the process of cleaning up. When shit gets so messy that things start missing, and the comfort of living in slop comes to an end when I can't find shit anymore. But I actually brought a dumpster from Home Depot down the street, so so I don't really have one less excuse. So whenever I'm not in front of the TV or making these videos or reading books, I can get around to cleaning. Got someone's behind me. But yeah, this will probably be the last video I'll make tonight. I just really wanted to show off my tattoo and get that on film. And yeah, the artist took a picture of it. Unfortunately, this particular tablet doesn't have a flash, the tablet that I sent out today does. Hopefully I get that back, and even though it doesn't have a flash, being that I have these bright lights above me, it'll allow me to take a picture. Even so, it'll be more difficult to take a picture. Um, that's why whenever I try to buy a tablet, I try to buy one that has dual cameras as opposed to one. And because, I mean, no matter what, it's going to be a bitch if you're going to want to take one type of picture, or if you want to, at least with this one, you can create a web. I, if my father allows me to, I'll probably buy this back from him. Just so I'll have like a backup tablet, and I desperately need to get online. If not, I'll probably, against my better judgment, go back on eBay and look for another tablet there, even though they really fucked me over with the buyer protection program. Just a warning to anyone. Like eBay assures you that like you have some like protection, but it's not like Walmart. Like the situation I have with my tablet, there were some battery issues, there were some charging issues. I recognize the issues under 30 days. I know Walmart each store has their own policies, whether it's a 30-day, 90-day. But yeah, with eBay, it's not as simple as like, like if you go to Walmart and say, okay, listen, I have like these issues and like I just want a refund. They'll just, as long as you have a receipt, they'll give you your money back. But with eBay, I escalated the case. I felt like I talked about this before, but I escalated the case, and not once but twice, and in less than 48 hours they came back with a decision that wasn't favorable, and they said that unfortunately the criteria that I wrote, the issues, didn't meet their standards of what would be covered under their eBay buyer protection program. I mean, if I didn't get the tablet at all, then that would be like a clear-cut case. But if you get a tablet and it's not like what you pay for, I mean, there's manufacturer warranties. I even contacted the manufacturer, and they informed me to contact the eBay seller. So thank God, he's making good on his part. Um, thank God I bought it from like a company as opposed to like someone just looking to make money who has no knowledge of repairing what they sell. I have a brother. He sells laptops. He repairs laptops. Me personally, I think these things are getting like cheaper and cheaper to the point where it's not going to make sense to like repair. I mean, I could see if like the first tablet I bought, the device went bad, and I had some important documents, videos. In fact, I even have a hard drive, and I used to be heavily involved in making videos and taking pictures for this website. I was working with an uncle on quarterwater.com, and the hard drive went bad. Long story short, if I ever want to see those videos or photos or any other media content, I would have to pay roughly like $400 for that to happen. And if I want to do it, it's going to need to be done sooner than later. Now that I have a little bit of money, I can afford to get the data recovery done, and potentially have a good hard drive to store. Well, back in the day, I'm not gonna lie, it used to be mostly porn, but since there's like all these porno tubes, you don't need to download them anymore. But I mean, I do have like content videos. I don't even look at like pictures anymore. That's pretty much what I use. Pinterest and Snatchly. If you've never heard of that before, they have a few like it's like a Pinterest type site, but Pinterest doesn't allow like pictures of pornography where Snatchly or porn.com does. And every so often I may come across an image, and yeah, I can, not that I'm going to put out the lotion, but on a rainy day maybe. Alright, on that note, I'm just going to end it.